Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of the new series 3D Archaeologist. My name is Natalia, I'm an archaeologist. I was working on many excavations, studying artifacts that were found in there. I have a huge respect for this job. I know how much knowledge, how much hard work and time it needs. Especially artifact documentation requires huge precision. Sometimes small detail can impact the results of the research. And historical material can be really fragile and delicate. During my forensic studies, I learned more about 3D technologies. I was amazed that in few minutes I can receive an image, I can precisely measure, I can see up close every little detail. I needed to learn more about it, especially that in my head I had a question, can I use it in my work? Are there any scanners that are suitable for archaeological field? Is it safe for artifacts? And now I'm here. I work for the biggest 3D technology producer in Poland as a specialist to implement 3D digitalization into the archaeological field. I learned a lot about the technology and I know how incredibly useful it can be for archaeologists. So I created this series where I would like to tell you more about the potential of 3D scanning in artifact-related work. There will be weekly episodes explaining different topics, from the theory to the use of 3D scanning in archaeological field. In this episode, I would like to explain shortly what actually is digitalization. The digital era brought new ways of documentation, also in the field of archaeology. Creating databases and archiving with the use of photos and scans are already everyday life routines that not only preserve information about the collection, but also enable easy access to it through the internet. In our archaeological work, more frequently we can find the following terms: digitalization, archiving, and visualization. They have different meanings and it's important to know the differences between them. Digitalization is the transformation of a real object into its digital image, which, using appropriate software, enables comprehensive measurements, virtual reconstruction, or research. Archiving is a digital record with an accuracy that allows creating a model identical to the archived object. It is an important element of museums' works because such documentation can be base for the reconstruction of an artifact in case of its destruction or invasive conservation work that change its morphology. Of course, such data also allows for virtual research. Visualization is achieving an image of a real object which includes its basic features. It can be used, for example, as a model in a presentation, but the accuracy of this model is not detailed enough for measurements or to do scientific research. However, due to the lower accuracy, the size of its data is much smaller than in the case of archival data, so it can be used in projects where the general form of the object is needed and accuracy is not so important. Now we know what digitalization is, but how about 3D digitalization? Actually, it's really easy. Three-dimensional digitalization is transforming the real object into its digital image, saved in 3D form. There are few different 3D digitalization methods, and choosing one depends on the purposes and the intended use of the project. Until today, any guidelines of which method is needed for specific tasks were not made. Also, there is no comprehensive 3D scanning method suitable for all kinds of artifacts. Each time, technique of 3D data registration should be chosen based on the specification of the artifact, such as shape, size, material, and the technical parameters of expected results. The most important are resolution, which is minimal distance between the measuring points, accuracy, which is maximal mistake of the placement of registered measuring points, color mapping, and the format of the final data. 3D documentation can be divided into active and passive methods. Passive methods don't project any kind of light on the artifact. The second group of methods is active. Here, the data collecting is based on registration of the projected beam. On the next episode, I will tell you more about those methods, what are their pros and cons, and how we can use them.